You're listening to the Sports Fix.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck, home of the low price tire guarantee. QuickLane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
Sports Fix listeners, don't wait all day or all week to get in on the fun. The party doesn't stop when we go off the air all week long. The Sports Fix social media sites are your one-stop shop for all things Cleveland sports. Jump over to Facebook.com/The Sports Fix, Facebook.com/The Sports Fix, and become a fan today because we love fans and they create some of the best sports talk in town, Daddy. You'll enjoy talking to your fellow Cleveland sports fans on the Sports Fix fan page. And if Twitter's your thing, well, you know how we do it. Tweet with us at The Sports Fix CLE. It's that simple.
Twitter.com/The Sports Fix CLE, baby.
Chat live with the crew during all your favorite Cleveland sports events, tickets and contests and trivia and so much more. Get with us today, The Sports Fix on social media, Facebook.com/The Sports Fix. Tweet with us at The Sports Fix CLE. Join The Sports Fix on Facebook and Twitter today.
I'm Tyler Zeller, and you're listening to The Sports Fix.
Live in Ohio, it's time to get your fix. The Sports Fix.
Welcome in, everybody. We are live, a Tuesday afternoon edition of The Sports Fix on the air. Ready to lock and load, baby. Welcome in. I hope you guys are ready to go, too. J-Rock, Jerry Myers, the Big Daddy on the microphone, whatever you want to call me, I don't care. Just call me. Happy to do this every day and happy to have you here. I say it every day because I mean it every day, guys. Thank you so much for joining us once again for another episode of the Sports Fix right here across the vast worldwide spectrum that is the Sports Fix Radio Network. I'm feeling good today. Ready to have some fun today, you guys. Although as I'm pulling wires out here behind the scenes, there we go. Let's keep it rolling. I do have something to get into first here. I guess I'll probably have to get a little fired up, but anyways, we got a lot of stuff to do today, so let's get ready to roll. Welcome in, no matter where you're joining us, guys. Perhaps you're listening to us on TuneIn and TuneIn's radio and digital applications worldwide. A great place to listen to the show. Welcome into all of you guys. Perhaps you're listening to us live, streaming on Spreaker's digital application, Mixler. Maybe you're in the Mixler chat room on Mixler.com. Perhaps you're listening to us live across the sportsfix.net, our home-based website that broadcasts the show live each and every weekday at noon. Or maybe you're one of the thousands of people around the world listening to us in all different time zones 24/7 on digital delay, on iHeartRadio, on iTunes, on Stitcher Radio, on SoundCloud, on CarPlay, on all the various places that you guys get your fix each and every weekday at noon. Thank you so much for joining us. As I said at the beginning of the show, being a part of things here as we roll on. And by being a part of things, I don't just mean sitting there listening to the show. I mean being a part of it. Whether you're on Mixler, up in the Mixler chat room, giving me some comments over there. Whether you pick up the phone and give us a call, 216-539-7535 is the number to call. 216-539-7535. Yes, I see you in the chat room, and I'm well aware, and we'll get there. We'll get there. The Indian, I know we'll get there. 216-539-7535, the number to call if you can't get through. As I said, find a way to get through on Facebook or on Twitter or use your email. I know you've got that. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix. Tweet with us at The Sports Fix CLE, all one word, at The Sports Fix CLE. Email us, thesportsfix@AOL.com. Always, like I said, to stay in touch with the show here 24/7 as we roll on. And I want you to do that today. A lot of things to talk to. Looking ahead to the slate, Dr. Football Bill Chachkes joins us just about 45 minutes from now. Bill will be here. We'll talk about the latest going on with Adrian Peterson and the Minnesota Vikings and all the things around the NFL. We'll get his thoughts on the Browns and this past victory, and we'll look ahead to the Ravens Monday Night Football. Yeah, did you guys check that out last night, by the way? Not to, we'll talk more about it with Bill a little bit later on. I was watching the game last night, and I got to tell you, I think the Colts got hosed, man. Really. I know Luck threw that interception, but I'm telling you, and I know that there was you're right there at like 4.5, 5 yards. But, man, his receiver got pushed down, and the interception, okay, that swings the thing around. And I get that. But even I thought that was a no call there. But then on top of that, you're going to give Philadelphia the phantom horse collar call, automatic first down, 15 yards. I don't know, man. Just momentum seemed to build the wrong way there at the end of that game. I thought the Colts got hosed by a couple of one bad no call and then one bad call. And you know what? Hey, they also got beat by their own greediness too, because if they would have simply ran, hey, we know Trent Richardson's good for 2 yards a carry. If you would have simply ran Richardson or Bradshaw one or two more times there, kicked your field goal, you were guaranteed a 13-point lead with just a couple of minutes to go. And no matter how quickly, and boy, do they get down the field quickly, the Philadelphia Eagles, or at least they did when they needed to last night. I looked at the clock and I said, man, there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to get right back down there. And sure enough, they did. Darren Sproles, man, I'll tell you. Not that he's a surprise. He's been year after year, but that's the thing. He just keeps doing it, He carved him up last night. A couple of big plays. He caught that screen pass, took it all the way down the field, and but yeah. Anyways, they hurt themselves by not just playing it conservative there and kicking the field goal, and they threw the pass. I know what they were doing. You were going for the touchdown, but to me, with that much time left, a two possession game is a 2-possession game, whether it's a touchdown and a field goal or a touchdown and another touchdown. So, but you can't take them back. And how about that? Philly, back-to-back weeks of coming back and winning games that they were down by 2 touchdowns or more. That's some resilience right there, man. Both weeks, Jacksonville, and then again there last night. I'll tell you, Trent Richardson last night, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw his stats. He did okay, but I'm telling you, I think that what you saw, that was the ceiling of what you're going to get. And you could see the frustration. Even the one play I remember here in the not that they, he had 80 yards or whatever, but really where he's effective is catching passes out of the backfield. He does have a little knack for that. He's got some good soft hands there, but I remember on the one key third down, they switched him out for Bradshaw again, and they're like, and obviously here comes Bradshaw, because you got to make sure you can pick up the blitz. It's just funny. I think back to when the Browns were like competing in the 80s for championships, and they'd trade Chip Banks, trade a number 1 draft pick, make some risky trades to try to get that one piece, and the guy would be a bum. And I know that's the era that they're going through in Indianapolis, because no offense to Trent Richardson, but that's what they got. That 80 yards he got last night, that's your Hall of Fame game right there from your boy Trent Ritchie. So anyways, another week of football in the books. We're going to talk about that with Dr. Football Bill Chachkes a little bit later on, momentarily, just about 7-8 minutes from now, after the first break. Jeff Gorman from Indians101.com is going to join us here. And all right, I'm stalling that off for a minute. We'll get to talking about the Indians here momentarily, circling the drain. Literally all you have left to do is run the string and close your eyes and hope for the best. I don't know what. It's one thing to go and get swept by the Tigers. It's one thing to go and get swept by a very, very good team. It's another thing to do what you did last night. And we'll talk about it here in a minute. Absolutely, can't avoid it, can't ignore it. Got 3 more of them coming up here. But do you roll over and die, or do you make a run here? Do you make a run here and say, damn it, we're going to die, we're going to fall on our own sword? We'll talk Tribe here momentarily. Real quick, I got to mention this. My brother, he's like a half-brother, but he's my brother as far as I'm concerned. He calls me last night. He goes, Jerry, he knows that I don't like to talk about, especially on the air. I don't like to talk about other shows and other people, whatever. Let them do their thing, but we get it. I know, especially you guys, we get some calls and emails and stuff. People vent their spleen because we are the alternative, with air quotes. So with that in mind, he's like, Jerry, look, man, because they always call people, not just him, friends of mine, they call and they love to vent on me. And, oh, yeah, did you hear what this guy said? And I'm like, no, but you're about to tell me. So, yesterday I got it about yesterday morning. And I will say this. Everybody's philosophy on sports talk is different as far as the stations, and you guys know we do things one way. You guys seem to like it. Other people do what they do. But there's very few people that I have no problem just unadulterated bashing, and one of them is Chuck Booms. That is the biggest moron that I think has ever graced a radio dial or a microphone here in Cleveland. Chuck Booms is the worst. Chuck Booms is just a bane on the existence of these sports fans that have to listen to this moron. Yesterday morning, and listen, nobody's floating a parade, nobody's printing playoff tickets, nobody's building statues, but damn it, when a team wins 3 or 4 games every year, the day after the first win of the season in a big upset, last minute 96-yard touchdown drive, gosh forbid we be happy for just a second. No, we can't give credit to anything. That maroon is on Sports Talk Radio yesterday, opening up your mornings. Well, probably not yours, but opening up some of Cleveland's mornings. Their drive to work is filled with, well, you know, if Manziel was the quarterback, they'd have scored and won by 50 points. Hoyer's a bum. You got a grade A T-bone steak and you put him on the bench. Every team sells all their tickets out because they want to see Johnny Manziel. He's the biggest star in the NFL, and we're such morons, we don't even play him. And I'm like, are you serious? And then sometimes I gotta go, look, are you just pulling my chain? Because I don't listen. And are you just trying to get a rise out of me? He's like, Jerry, I'm telling you, man, this is what we're getting. The week before, he's telling people if Manziel would have came in, the Browns would have beat Pittsburgh. So now he's opening up people's mornings on a week where you can actually be happy and proud of the team that you follow and the game that you watch. This is the garbage that is being force-fed, and that's what makes me sick, man. I'm sorry, man. Like I said, everybody's got different philosophies. Like, I think that sports talk radio should be like pro wrestling. There should be different flavors for everybody. If you don't like chocolate, maybe you got a guy who does vanilla. If you don't like vanilla, this guy over here does coffee bean. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's got their different flavors. So if you got, 38 flavors, then everybody's got something that they like, So I get that. I know you're not going to like everybody. You're not going to like every station's philosophy and all of that. I'm not one of those rebels that just hates everybody because they're on the opposite side. But, there are certain people that deserve to be pointed out. And so if you want to bash that radio station that employs him, that's a reason to. Maybe not because other people have opinions that you don't like. Maybe they talk way too much about one team and way not enough about other teams. All true criticism. But the fact that they employ a moron like that and shove him down the throats of people, it's just ridiculous, man. And I'm sorry. The good people of Cleveland deserve way damn better than a moron, a complete moron like Chuck Booms. And that's all there is to it, I don't think he's a good stand-up comic either, but, whatever. I'm not going to continue on. It's just that made me mad, and I'm seeing some of the comments in the chat room, but that made me mad that's what's getting laid out on people. Come on, man. Really? Like I said, man, I'm not telling you to crack the mic and say, yeah, I got my Super Bowl tickets printed out. Okay, you can be realistic, but you've got to at least have some reality there. Anyways, I told you guys I had a slight little tiny bit of venting to get out of the way there, and that was it. Chucky Booms. Man, I'll tell you what, man. Oh, man, that guy. The things that you guys, he's the one above everybody else that you guys complain to me the most about, and it is so deserved, man. I cannot believe that somebody who gets paid to make talent decisions makes that talent decision, and it's okay. No offense, but hey, man, if I'm going to bury myself, let me get the shovel out and use it both hands, man. I'm sorry, but there needs to be some accountability. But we can hold the sports teams accountable for, the color of jerseys that they wore. We could spend 8 hours arguing why they did this and who they did that, but we can't spend 5 minutes going, hey, maybe Chuck Booms is an idiot and we shouldn't have him on our radio station. So, hey, I'm not taking shots at anybody that can't take him back. Chuck Booms, Jay Myers at thesportsfix.net. Hit me up, baby, and I'll gladly tell you that face to face. You suck, buddy. And the people that have to listen to you have a bad day if they choose to listen to you. Or, well, I'd hate to think what the alternative is. But anyway, so, all right, guys, done with that. Speaking of disasters, unmitigated disasters, I told you guys last week, the elliptical company that I dealt with, my machine broke and I had the warranty, and they tried